Hi everyone, this video is about nanowires. So nanowires are one of the form of one-dimensional nanostructure which is used in tubular form of structures. And the nanowires are especially attractive for nanoscience studies as well as for nanotechnology applications. Because of their unique density of electronic states, nanowires in the limit of small diameters are expected to exhibit significantly different optical, electrical and magnetic properties from their bulk 3D crystalline counterparts. So from a bulk structure only we are bombarding the structure into one dimensional, two dimensional, even zero dimensional structures, and all these nanostructures exhibit the different properties based on optical, electrical, magnetic characteristics. And these are all nanostructures. These are having very small negligible diameters. And this is the example of nanowire which is made of gallium nitride. It is a matte like arrangement synthesized by laser assisted catalytic growth. This nanowire has diameter and length on the order of 10 nanometer and 10 micrometer respectively. So we are visualizing this using microscopes. Then the size of the nanowires are typically large enough, that is greater than 1 nanometer in the quantum confined direction, to have local crystal structures closely related to their parent materials. So whatever the characteristics focused with a parent material, the same thing will be there with the nanowires. But because of their one-dimensional characteristics, some quantum confinement will be there, and so the characteristics are utilized with nanowire specializations. So here nanowires have been shown to provide a promising framework for applying the bottom-up approach for the design of nanostructures. It is driven by the smaller and smaller length scales now being used in semiconductor, optoelectronics and magnetic industries. The main application of nanowire is with the semiconductor industry, from which optoelectronics and magnetic industries are getting utilized. Then the mechanism leading to formation of nanowire is the growth rate of a phase Z increases with an increased density of screw dislocations parallel to the growth direction. Because the tubular structures are having a lengthy but flattened end, and so the growth rate of phase Z increases with increased density of screw dislocations. So it is known that the different phases have significant different ability to accommodate dislocations. So it's based on the dimension present within it. The presence of dislocations on a certain phase Z can result in anisotropic growth, leading to the formation of nanowires or nanorods. Then nanowire characterization and physical properties. Because of their unique density of electronic state, nanowires in the limit of small diameters are expected to exhibit optical, electrical, magnetic properties from their 3D bulky counterparts, and because of this it's having increased surface area, very high density of electronic states with enhanced exciton binding energy, diameter dependent band gap and increased surface scattering for electrons. Just some of the ways in which nanowires differ from their corresponding bulk materials are these things only. So the main property to which we are attracted towards nanowire is diameter dependent band gap. It is present only with nanowires and nanorods itself. Then the optical property. So light emission from quantum wire PN junction is especially interesting for laser application, because quantum wires can form lasers with lower excitation threshold itself comparing to bulk counterparts. Furthermore, the emission wavelength can be tuned for a given material composition by only altering geometry of the wire. So from the geometry of the wire only we can change emission length. As it is a nanowire, we can get high wavelength, that is a highly focused wavelengths. Then the characterization of nanowires. It can be characterized by topographical, photoluminescence, near field scanning, optical microscopy methods. So first one is topographical, second one is photoluminescence. So it's used in both topography and photoluminescence. So in photoluminescence, whenever we are giving excitations, UV laser light output will be formed from nanotubes. This is the schematic of lasing in zinc oxide nanowire and the photoluminescence spectra of zinc oxide nanowires at 2 excitation intensities. So the one photoluminescence spectra is taken below the lasing threshold and the other above it. So this is given over here in the two figures. And the nanowire synthesis is based on template assisted and non-template assisted there. So the materials of template assisted synthesis requires aluminum oxide, nanochannel glass, iron track etched polymers and microfilms. The materials of templates will be pores and they are self-assembled. This is the SEM image of the top surface of porous anodic alumina, and this is the SEM image of the particle track etched polycarbonate membrane. Both are having tubular structures. Then over the template assisted, for self-assembled structures, the metals used are silver, gold, copper, iron, germanium, like that. And the semiconductors used are selenium, tellurium, like that. So the filling methods are pressure based filling method, vapor based filling method, electrochemical based filling method. Then the electrochemical deposition is over the tubular structure will be like this. This is the phased arrangement, this is the tubular arrangement. So like this only we are having the fillings and self-assembling. So self-assembling nanostructure is having unique characteristics of self-assembling, and because of self-assembling we have to concentrate on filling methods to synthesize the nanowires. So the filling methods will be pressure, vapor and electrochemical methods. That's done over here over this nanotubes. Then this is the vapor, liquid and solid method of nanowire synthesis. So this is vapor method where the filling has been done over the facet like this. So silicon vapor is injected and a silicon metal catalyst is present over here as liquid, and nanowire growth increases because of this vapor intrusion. The nanotube increases in length. So this is some of the recent successful synthesis of semiconductor nanowires are based on so-called vapor liquid solid mechanism of anisotropic crystal growth. This is anisotropic type of crystal growth. Then the filling methods, as we have already seen, pressure, chemical and electrochemical depositions are there, and moreover vapor condensation is also there. Sol gel method is also there. So electrochemical deposition means it's connected to electrolytes and electrodes, and through that the chemicals has been the chemicals has been intruded into the nanowires by passing current. Chemical vapor deposition because of reactions, chemical reactions, we can intrude the Phillips over there. Then pressure injection, you know what is pressure injection? Just applying the pressure, taking up the vacuum air over there, creating a vacuum, and over that with pressure we are applying the fillers. Then vapor condensation is based on like chemical vapor deposition only, vapor condensation may occur. So we are making it condense get condensed inside the tubes. Then sol gel method, a solution has been created with a fuming process. We can make them as gels, and those gels will be inserted into the tubes. These are the filling methods. And self-assembled nanopores in alumina for growing nanowire and nanotube is having these processes as what we have seen. So these are the filling methods with SEM images, how the nanowires have formed. So the SEM image of the surface of an anodic alumina template, this is self-assembled nanopore structure is present over here. So this is a nanowire array, and over this array template dissolution may occur. That is whatever the chemicals we have to insert over it, whatever the material we have to insert over it, that has to be crushed and filled based on the methods what we have seen. And so on applying those, the stability will be there over the structure, and so freestanding wires has been bought. This is a template, and within that the nanoparticles has been injected, that is filled up, and they are taken separately to form a freestanding wire. So this is one of the nanopore creation. The nanowires can be used as FET because by having PN junction with the semiconducting material what we are using over there, a third gate terminal implying the utilization of nanowire as a field effect transistor can occur. And this can be used as photodetector, that is zinc oxide nanowires are very fond to display a strong photocurrent response to UV light radiations, and so it can be used as photodetectors. And these are used as sensing devices, chemical and biochemical sensing devices, and so it's used in medical industry. Then this is the image of nanowire growth, different stages, and growth of selenium nanowire is the one of the case study. So if you are asked with a case study, you can write this. There is selenium nanowire which has two steps. The first step is with dissolution and the second step is with condensation. So dissolution and condensation may occur to create this selenium nanowire. Like that, selenium tellurium nanowire is there. It needs some chemical reactions with orthotelluric acid with excess hydrogen. And this is the growth of silver nitroxide nanowire. So in this, ethylene glycol and polyvinyl pyrrolidone is used. And this is the method of CNT is also nanotube is also a nano wire-like structure, because it is also a one-dimensional product. And so we have to see the growth of CNT also. It's done by laser ablation method, and with the laser ablation over the furnace we can create nanotubes. We can create nanotubes within the arrangement like this. It's seen over here. So these are the subtopics with nanowires. You have to concentrate over this. Thank you.